Hello there, Sir from 17 once again, introducing you to some more Call of Duty Black Ops goodness. And this is one of the first multiplayer uploads I've done in quite some time, thanks to the goddamn schedule of games, man. There's been so many. We've had Deus Ex, we've had Gears 3, we've had Resistance 3, and the hits just keep on coming, so I'm going to definitely be busy, what with university and with all these top games coming out. I am going to try and do as much Call of Duty and other things as I can, just to, intersperse between the videos, but I can't often control that, especially when some of these guides are doing so much work for me, so they're definitely taking precedence. But I thought I'd throw some Black Ops up just to reignite the flame in some people that only watch the Call of Duty on my channel. And anybody with a keen eye will notice that this is pretty old gameplay, because this farmers I'm using is unpatched. This is before they altered a lot of its statistics. And there might be a bunch of you that don't like seeing the, famous gameplay, you think it's cheap and what have you, but it was one of the first ones on my hard drive, and there's actually a pretty cool story behind this game. So this is Capture the Flag, and this is the very first game of Capture the Flag I've ever played. I never played it on any of the other Call of Duties, and on this, I would never normally play it because there's a respawn limit, respawn timer, sorry. So when you die, you've got to wait for a while before you can come back into the action, and I absolutely hate that. It pisses me off to high heaven. I like running back into battle, kicking some ass, and just destroying people. So you'll notice I don't really know how to play this game. And my buddies that's in here with me, he plays it all the time, so all he's doing, he's got lightweight marathon, he's got an MP5, he's just running around and capping flags like a boss. And I kind of try and kill people who have my flag and kill the people around their flag so I can support him, and that's literally all I do this game, because I don't really know the best way, so I just kind of play like TDM, which for some people, it'll probably piss them off, but it's not my game, man. I don't play this kind of stuff. Another thing that makes this interesting, aside from me getting raped from behind by some dude with a scorpion with the sounds, is it was about 5 o'clock in the morning when this gameplay occurred, because he was at my house and we'd been drinking. So this is me playing. I can't remember how many cans I had, but suffice to say I'd had enough, and somehow my reflexes are still pretty good. So I managed to pull out a pretty decent score, all considered. But it was just one of those games that I had a hell of a lot of fun doing, and I'd never really done anything like it before, because I don't play this game mode, I would never normally, so this was really, really cool. And I'm trying to stab this guy because I'm going for Ninja, because I don't have Ninja Pro on this Prestige, because it's an early Prestige, I think it's only 3 or something. So I was always trying to get them from behind and give them a quick stab. And I know that's probably a euphemism for some bumming, but I don't mind. And then my buddy goes running past me there, claiming the flag. I'm trying to cover his ass with some pretty sloppy shooting, but I get the job done. There's red dots absolutely everywhere. We know exactly where they're spawning, because that's the coolest thing about this game type. The spawns are very rigid. And there's a section coming up later where I use that to my advantage, and I nearly get like a quad spray, like a quad feed. But the game ends, unfortunately, which kind of sucks, but there's not a lot you can do about it. So I pull up my napalm there and I drop it in on where I think their spawn is, because obviously it's their flag, that's where they're going to be coming from. And then I just literally stalk this middle ground like a wolf. I just wait for them to come to me. I get into superior situations. I'm using the best gun on the game. It's pretty much a winning formula if you can get everything to work for you. And I've not been on Black Ops in like a month now, so I'm probably going to be super shit when I go back to it. But I do hope to get some games in before Modern Warfare 3 comes out. I am going to be playing a hell of a lot of Modern Warfare 3, so if you're looking forward to that gameplay, you will get a stack of it, including a guide, because I've not done a Call of Duty veteran guide before, although I've played all the Call of Duties except for World at War on veteran. Oh, am I going to get him? I'm going to pick him up? Maybe not. Goodness me, that was a bit sloppy. And that guy didn't stand a chance because he walks out straight into a bus, so there's nothing you can do about that. And one of the weird things about this night that we were playing is, when you play late in my country, you tend to pick up American hosts. And when you're trying to connect to some guy across, that kind of distance, you're always going to be on either a 3-bar or a 2-bar. As you can see, some of these connections in this room are absolutely horrific. Mine is only just better than a bunch of some of the other people. And sometimes you can never really tell, because a 3-bar doesn't mean shit sometimes. I've been on 4 bars and felt like I was on 1 bar, and vice versa, so it can be a little bit difficult. And one thing I would like Call of Duty to introduce into the series, which would definitely help people, especially with me who don't have access to the best internet, would be your ping. Why don't they just tell us, what ping you're on? Because at least then you know, if your performance was skill or if it was just fluent luck, because a guy running around with 5 seconds and milliseconds of ping, going up against a guy with 80 milliseconds of ping, unless he's a thalidomide or a giant retard, he's going to win that fight every single time. So some of these performances that you see on YouTube where people, you know, get 40 and 50 kills and 5 deaths and what have you, they would be significantly more impressive if those numbers were higher, and you'd get commentators that might not have the same kind of connections getting a lot more respect because they do the same kind of things on the equivalent of, you know, a tampon. So that would be something cool to see, especially give some people some kudos anyhow. But I'm just kind of stalking. I do realise, I think if you get to 3, it's the end of the round, and it's like first to 2 or something. I'm completely off on the rules. I get a lovely cheeky claymore kill there. Nice to see I'm still cheesing on the claymores. I wonder if Scavenger's going to replenish them in the next Call of Duty, because everybody hated that, and Infinity Ward seem to be patching the right kind of stuff. And my boy's just gone and grabbed the flag, so it's now my turn to escort him. I see this kid coming out there. I get him with some cheeky hip fire. There's another claymore there. This is Claymore Central. No idea how I got a headshot on that guy, but I can see him. He's flanking up the left side of launch here. He's getting a little competition. I clean that guy up for him to clear a path, and I'm basically going to get as far up his ass as I can without the use of a condom, just to protect him for the full run, so we can get another point. We can get this shit done. So there's a guy trying to rush. He pays the price for it, and we win the first round. So off we go once again into the next part. I have noticed that these games can be slightly longer depending on how you play and what your team's like. If you've got an effective bunch of flag runners, then you can end this shit real quickly, but if you're up against people that camp the home flag, it can last for a hell of a long time. There's a guy over here, managed to clean him up with some sloppy zombie flicking, and then I get a nice bit of napalm, which I'm probably going to call him, yeah. I'm never known for keeping that napalm. And if it kills me, it's just, you know, added flavour. But someone on our team is up in a chopper gunner, so we've got this shit locked down. So let's see what's going off here. Moving towards the home flag. Nothing? Nah. Bit of a quiet spell, so I want to talk about something different, but I do have a feeling that a chopper gunner is about to turn up, and if a chopper gunner turns up, that generally means that music's going to turn up too, so it's a bit of a waste of speech. Let's have a see. Bus kill, is that my chopper gunner kill? No, I don't have it just yet, but I'm running around their spawn right now. This is extremely dangerous, but the joy of this is, I mean, look at that, the guy spawned on me. That gets me my Blackbird, which I should have probably called in after I died, but, you know, I get excited. I've wasted dogs because I got excited. There's my chopper gun. If you're wondering why the aiming was crazy, it's called theatre mode. There's a real good explanation. That guy isn't on his pad for some reason. No idea. Why would you do that? It'll just ruin your stats. And then I get a cheeky, goodness me, just queuing up for me. And unfortunately, I get taken out when I go into the chopper gunner because I can never find a decent place to hide. But I'm not too bothered because at least you're back in it then. You're back in trying to get your kill streaks. And it's just how it works. Just how it works. But there's a ton of guys coming. Oh, guy sat in a corner with Ghost, clearly a boss. Bunch more people in their spawn. Anybody? One there, clean him up with some nice fire. God, this gun's it's a beast. I can't believe how good the Farmus is, and it's still good today, but it's nothing on what it was. And half the dev team at bloody Treyarch didn't think it was overpowered. It's like, come on, guys, just look at its numbers. It's better than everything else. It's just, oh, such a great gun. But it's probably time for chopper gunner. It is. Claymore down, on your belly, turtle up, time to rain down. But there you go, nothing too successful, but it doesn't bother me all that much. Chopper gun is definitely not the kill streak you want to run on this. Dogs is a hell of a lot more effective on launch. But I'll talk about a little random topic because I watched it last night. That is Transformers 3 Dark Side of the Moon. And I'm one of those people that can guiltily say I enjoyed the first Transformers and the second one. I understand that they're not good films because at the end of the day the storyline's pretty garbage. There's no real substance to it, no real character development. It's just an excuse to have giant robots smashing each other's tits in. And I do enjoy those kind of popcorn movies because you don't have to think, you don't have to follow it, you just stare at the pretty colours and just enjoy it. I didn't enjoy the third one though. The film is long and it really stood out, and I don't know how long the other ones were because it's not something that I can really remember, but this one felt long. And as soon as you think, you start, you know, taking notice of how long the film is and how it seems to have strange pacing and not really know where it's going, that's when you stop enjoying it and it really pulls you out of the experience, because about an hour and 40 minutes into this film, it could have ended and it could have been a full-on, like, fucking Empire Strikes Back ending where everything's lost, everything's down, there's nothing we can do, and it might have made it a better film. It could have been like the middle, you know, part to a quadrilogy or whatever a 4-piece film series is, but instead, Michael Bay, being the indulgent bastard that he is, decides to throw another hour on top of that, and it just feels dejected, and I don't know. Everything about it I should have enjoyed. It's dumb, it's colourful, there's lots of visual effects, there's, you know, ridiculous lens flares and scrolling cameras and panning crane shots, because, you know, Michael Bay's got more money than sense, and everything that makes these dumb films enjoyable, but I just didn't dig it. I really didn't. I didn't enjoy it, and by the end of it I just wanted to go to bed, because I was just getting bored. And it's a very similar tale with the Pirates of the Caribbean Stranger Tides, which I watched the other day, and for some reason I was optimistic about watching this film because I thought it was going to be, you know, like the first one, because I thought the first Pirates of the Caribbean was fantastic, and then they went and did a Matrix to it and just meant ridiculous sequels that did nothing but shit on the memory of the first film. And there's probably a lot of people that disagree with that opinion, but that's just how I feel. And Stranger Tides, man, it is just fucking garbage. It took me 2 days to watch this film. I stopped it halfway through, went to bed, and then started watching it the next day. And the thing's got Ian McShane in it, it's got Jeffrey Rush in it, it's got everybody in it, man, and they can't even redeem it because there's just nothing there worthy of your attention. It's just so poor. And all that money, all that budget, it's a pirate movie, for God's sake. Who doesn't like pirates? And still, just no interest. No interest whatsoever. But this game is dying down. This is where I get denied my lovely feed, because, oh, maybe not. Wow, where the hell did he come from? Motherfucker's teleporting. And then he sits at the bottom of them stairs like a camping little bitch. I hate people like that. God, he's the reason why there's AIDS in Africa, that man. Should go and fucking kill himself. But this is the end, should I say. And as I run all the way back to that area where I just got bummed, I tried to take down anybody along the path. That could be the guy. I'm not too... Look at that! Look at the range! This gun is a fiend. An absolute fiend. And if you can pull host on Black Ops and you use the old famous, you could hold a 7KD with ease. But this is it anyhow. That's the camper. That's his buddy. There's the 2-piece. And now there's one more. And I think there was one after, but hey, well, there you go, guys. A little Black Ops to break up the monotony. Thanks for watching, and as always, you take care now.